For the most part, Nickelodeon is known for their TV shows, such as Spongebob, Jimmy Neutron, and Rugrats to name a few. But over the years, they've also made their fair share of made-for-TV films. One of these was a horror movie called Crybaby Lane, which mysteriously went missing shortly after its release. In 2011, a rumor started to make its way around the internet about a supposed horror movie aired on Nickelodeon in the year 2000 called Crybaby Lane. As people started talking, many began to spread any information they could scrounge together about the program in question. So, how did all these rumors start? Well, the movie itself is based heavily off an urban legend which could contribute to the massive speculation regarding it. The real-life Crybaby Lane is located off Western Boulevard in Raleigh. It's a little stretch of land that was once the site of a Roman Catholic orphanage in the middle of the 20th century. There are many reasons why it has been dubbed Crybaby Lane. According to the website NorthCarolinaGhost.com, the urban legend reads, "One night in 1958, a fire broke out in the orphanage dormitory. The fire spread quickly through the building, and by the time the sleeping children were aware of the smoke and the heat filling the hallways of their only home, it was too late. When the fire department arrived, the building had already been gutted, reduced to burnt beams and flame-broken bricks. Many of the children burned to death in the flames." Onto the movie itself, according to several sources, it never aired outside of the United States, and was broadcasted only once in the year 2000. According to the urban legend, the film's premise was so scary that enough parents complained to Nickelodeon for them to claim they did not own the film and had aired it by accident. This helped feed into rumors about it being banned for its frightening content. Of course, with such a mysterious situation, it isn't a surprise that in 2007, people began contacting Nick asking about the film. They apparently simply denied its existence or just didn't have any further information. No matter what they showed them for proof, they would turn away evidence like listings or screenshots. It just kept building up until 2011 when 4chan's X-Board investigated the film themselves. While the reasoning for the exact spark of interest in finding the movie on 4chan is unknown, the earliest date I've found so far is at least before January 24, 2011. This is based off a post on a blog called The Hunt for Crybaby Lane. Here it mentions that there were threads at the time on X about the film, and listed a brief summary with all the information they had gathered from the thread. This included the air date, various attempts to find copies, evidence of its existence, along with theories as to why it's so obscure. Their assumptions were that it was either never replayed due to complaints from parents, or that Nickelodeon took down any and all information about it on the internet. It seems that they had also contacted a Nickelodeon representative during the time, who again told them it did not exist. Through the site Fandango, they were able to find a plot summary for the film which read, "This made-for-cable thriller chiller was filmed in Ohio, where most of the story takes place. A pair of young brothers are particularly fascinated by the legend of long-deceased Siamese twins, one good, one evil, who were literally torn apart at the time of their funeral. Intending to learn more about the twins, the adventurous Andrew conducts a seance, only to get more than he bargains for when he releases a horrifying demon, which promptly wreaks havoc upon the community. It's up to Andrew's mild, unassuming brother Carl to undo the damage, if it isn't already too late." With such a dark and disturbing plot synopsis, many started to assume that this was simply a creepypasta story. There's no way Nick would have produced something like this with the intent of showing it to children. Plus, the network had denied it being real themselves. But the strange thing is, some more evidence for the movie started to pop up. There is proof that 2 copies were known to exist. The first was evidence from clips uploaded on various video sharing sites, though all attempts at contacting uploaders fell through. The second was apparently previewed on Facebook, but the seller demanded $30 for the rest, only releasing 15 minutes, leading some to suspect it was fake. The supposed preview has since been taken down. Eventually, a TV guide was found by 4chan which listed its showtime, 7 p.m. on a Saturday. This just further proved that the film existed, and X began spreading interest in the topic to other forums, from Reddit to other boards. A person on a thread apparently recalled the film vividly, stating that it was dark for a children's channel show. He went on to add, "I remember this movie, OP. Nickelodeon showed it around Halloween, and I remember that Melissa Joan Hart hosted it, so they cut to her between commercial breaks in the movie. There was this one scene. JFD was in a field surrounded by all these girls. They kept saying, 'Kiss or Chi-Chi.' He said kiss, and one girl opened her mouth and a spider crawled out. I remember at the end he had to find the body of the evil twin. There was a weed growing through his heart and he had to break it to send it back to hell. A third tape eventually was found to be in existence, owned by a man named Mohammed. Apparently the first 15 minutes of the tape were missing, but he provided photographic evidence to show the rest was intact. Since no future updates were posted on the blog about this lead, we can only assume this offer fell through. Around February 1st is when the infamous Crybaby Lane creepypasta surfaced, apparently from 4chan. It was posted to the creepypasta wiki very soon after, and it was, well, really bad. It uses many of the cliches you'll be familiar with after reading just a few creepypastas, and claimed many things that were simply not true. Though not very good, it at least helped spark interest in the search. After that, things went quiet for about 6 months, until the now deleted user named Emperor Marcus created a Wikipedia page about Crybaby Lane, with theories and a plot synopsis intact. It had, well, poor sources, but again, really helped get info out there. Only 5 days after the page was created, Reddit user Simpman posted a Today I Learned thread about Crybaby Lane and it went viral, amassing over 2,000 upvotes. It reiterated claims that the film had only aired once before being banned. Almost instantly, Reddit user Firepeach Island left a comment stating that she had a bootleg VHS recording from the night that it aired. She was met with a mixed response. Obviously, people were doubtful, but she proved it by releasing 2 clips, the intro and a worm scene. Strangely enough, after posting these clips, she deleted both her Reddit and YouTube channel, for as far as I know, unexplained reasons. It seemed like the community was getting very close to finding this lost piece of media. Because of the non-stop talk and them getting constant messages about it, in October of 2011, Nickelodeon ended up re-airing Crybaby Lane as their dark secret. All these years later, they finally admitted this was a real movie and not just some internet creepypasta story. But what you may be asking is whether it's really that scary. Well, I watched it for myself and thought I'd give a few of my thoughts on this now famous piece of found media. The first thing that needs to be said is yes, there is some pretty disturbing stuff in here for a Nick movie. It starts off with a story of 2 conjoined twins who had been sawed apart after they died as children. The one twin was buried on Crybaby Lane and the other was put in a cemetery. Jump forward to the year 2000 and some kids messing around in the cemetery awaken one of them. Because I don't want to spoil anything else, that's all of the story I'm going to give you, but I do want to share a few other things that I found interesting. For one, the movie has a young Jim Gaffigan in it.
Girls, Britt and Bethany, stop! What?
Here, look, you see, it's all itemized.
I never asked for cold cuts.
Another one of the characters sleeps in the blade of a bulldozer, which I don't know, it just seemed like a really random thing for someone to come up with. There actually are quite a few random little moments sprinkled throughout the movie. One is that this little kid wants the 12-year-old main character to marry his mom for some reason.
She likes you.
I'm not going out with your mom.
Yeah, but if you married her, you could be my dad.
Oh, look, you're 9. I'm 12. I'm 12 years old. You gotta stop coming over.
Overall, the movie is about what you'd expect it to be. A low-budget children's horror film in the same style as the old Goosebumps TV series, except maybe a little bit scarier. It's pretty astounding that it went missing, to be honest. Well, there you have the story behind the missing Nickelodeon movie. And if you want to watch it for yourself, it's currently available on YouTube. So anyway guys, until next time, thank you for watching. What do you want?